enough. Check. 1, 2. Hello, welcome back. We had some sound issues, so we started another one. In the meantime, the Dolphins had their best drive of the game because figures, my luck. The Dolphins got a field goal, and not great, but it was a good-looking drive. Chris Brooks had a really nice 42-yard run in there, and then Skylar Thompson ended it because he's terrible. Let me readjust my camera. But yeah, hopefully we won't be having any more technical difficulties because I can't really deal with that on my own because I'm not a super techie person. So hopefully we'll just get on with the game. We missed an entire drive. The Dolphins got a field goal. The score is now 13-6. Didn't miss too much time, but I spent quite a while trying to figure out if how it was gonna work. So I kind of just started another one. So I hope you guys come from that one to this one. I don't know if there's like a way to force you guys to do that, but hopefully you'll get a notification that tells you that it's switched because of technical difficulties, but I don't know. I don't know. I want to oh man, the other one did so well though. It means so much to me. 77 viewers in just the time since I started, and I think the number was one. I mean, one new subscriber, but subscribe. Do that. Gotta subscribe. But 77 viewers, it's crazy. Thank you guys so much. I'll be doing this a lot more, that's for sure. This has been a lot of fun. I left my cup somewhere. I'm gonna be going drinkless for a while. Oh man. I mean, I guess it's not really. It'll come back in a second, and then I'll go on the next commercial break and just hop over. But yeah, hopefully people will start filing in eventually. See, yes. Why does it say upcoming? I don't know. I'm still like troubleshooting a bit right now. But the other one, 2 hours, it was fantastic. Did so well. Commanders just got a big stop against the Dolphins, so 13-6 is good enough for them at this point. Again, still working out some stuff. One moment before I continue the commentary. So yeah, that it's done really well, and hopefully you guys will like start coming over here. Someone can like Facebook it or something. I don't know, but we'll see. But I'm going to keep doing it. It'll always be on the channel on replay for anyone that wants to watch it after the fact. So they saw the first half, missed the second half because of the technical difficulties. Meanwhile, on the return, a tripped up Commanders returner goes to about the 25. So obviously, we work through this stuff. It's just stuff trying to get in the way of having some good sports, But it'll be better. We're going to work out this stuff. It's going to be a little more permanent during the next one, probably. We're going to have a better setup with a better microphone, more professional, because the earbuds that I'm using right now, they stopped working. Like Bluetooth messed me up. But meanwhile, a screen pass goes nowhere. The Dolphins shut it down. So up by a touchdown and an extra point. It's now second down. Coming up for the Commanders, about 2nd and 9. Yes, it is 2nd and 9. Ooh. Coming up for the Commanders. It is still Driscoll in the game for the Commanders. I expect Mike White to come in for the Dolphins at some point, by the way. Driscoll takes off and he slides before any damage can be dealt by the Dolphins defenders. And that brings up 3rd down. 4-yard gain, which will bring him to 3rd and 5. Third and 5, there is 8:50 remaining on the game clock in the third quarter there's still another quarter left of mediocre football, but that's preseason. It'll get better when I do the regular season ones. It won't just be me talking. And that is a completed pass up the middle to Luke McCaffrey for a nice gain of about 9 yards, I would say. 1st and 10 coming up for the Commanders. It's going to be a screen. It is caught, shoved out of bounds. That'll go for 5 yards to Trenane. Don't know who that is. Jeff Driscoll putting together somewhat of a drive for the Commanders here. Second and 5. He's going to take the snap with, I think, Rodriguez next to him, Chris Rodriguez Jr. Driscoll will step back. He's got a man. It's going to be Sinnott. That's Ben Sinnott, the rookie out of Kansas State. That'll go for first down, 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. Jeff Driscoll, it's going to be a run up the middle for a gain of maybe 1 less. They're saying 3. I don't know if it was that big of a run, but they're saying 3. No, I don't know if I agree with the 3 on that one. And Driscoll will drop back. He'll air it out deep. He's in double coverage, almost caught, but incomplete down towards the 5-yard line. Good defense by the Dolphins brings up 3rd and 7. This one's going to be a pass. If you're the Dolphins, I would recommend bringing a lot of pressure on this one. Trying to get the quarterback rattled. They haven't brought enough pressure, in my opinion. They need to bring a little more of a blitz today. A little bit of contact there, but not enough to draw a PI. Driscoll, they don't bring the blitz, but they do bring the power, and Peely gets through for the sack. Brandon Peely knocks down Jeff Driscoll for a loss of 8. 6:30 remaining in the third quarter, and the Commanders will be forced to punt it back to Miami. So a lot of people will be thinking, is this a good sign that the Dolphins are doing well in the preseason or a bad sign? Well, the thing is, the Dolphins have been doing really bad in the preseason. They've just been playing teams that have been doing worse. The Falcons, the Commanders, they've not been playing well, to say the least. A rocket of a punt. That was actually a really interesting punt. And the return, nice couple of cutbacks. He'll get to the 29, is Malik Washington. So the Dolphins will take back the field. Could be Skylar Thompson. Could be differently. There is a flag on the punt, however. Potentially illegal block in the back or holding. Personal foul. I don't know. They're motioning it's on Washington. Personal foul, face mask on someone on Washington. The numbers don't work. But it is on. It will give the Dolphins a bit of leverage, and they will start on the 43-yard line. And now they're going to go on to a commercial. I'm going to get my drink real quick so my voice can sound fresher. All right, I'm back. I have my drink. Toyota. My bad. Not sponsored by or any of the affiliates of Toyota. I just read what I see. So Skylar Thompson has posted very, very mediocre numbers today, racking up 8 of 15 as the completion ratio, along with 61 yards. While Chris Brooks, our fifth string running back, he's not even on the team basically, ran for 63 yards on 5 carries, including one massive one on that last drive that we had technical difficulties from, which is why you're seeing we're on a different live stream. But in total, we've been going for about 2 hours and 10 minutes now. And Devon Achane, another running back, this time the second man up, is leading the team in receiving. We didn't get a good look at most of the Dolphins' offense, but Tua Tagovailoa, Raheem Mostert, Devon Achane, we've gotten really good looks at them. However, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle were inactive for this one. They could play in game 3. We might see some Tua reps in game number 3. It'll be interesting to see. That kind of rhymed, huh? So as far as running backs go, it's been Chris Brooks and the rest of them. He's got 63. And one of those is a 59-yard run, while Devon Achane only has 10 with his long as 7. Mostert's got 7, his long as 4. As Ukanma's got 1, has got 6. So it looks like coming into this this next Dolphins drive, we'll get a chance to see Mike White at quarterback for Miami. So goodbye, Skyler. That's about exactly the time I thought he would come out of the game, get both quarterbacks to play the exact same amount of time. So out comes Mike White, see if he can do any better of a job than Skylar Thompson did. That was not good. So Thompson will get the ball. White will start with good positioning at about the 43-yard line. White to pass. Under pressure, he steps up. He's got a guy, and that'll go for a gain of 9 to Jaquan Burton. I don't know who that is, but Jaquan Burton nonetheless. So the Dolphins scored on their last drive, and they're already in Washington territory at the Washington 48. It's 2nd and 1. So hopefully I'll get to see the Dolphins score a touchdown, maybe get a little bit more excited than I did the first time. First time I was trying to be cool. That's gone. No, I'm just kidding. And the Dolphins, that is a flag. That's unnecessary roughness. They hand the ball to Burton, who runs the ball, and he gets clobbered. He gets absolutely rammed, and they call that one. They're signaling Miami, though, so I'm a little confused. We'll see what the final call is. He could just be upside down. Head referee seems a little confused. We're still waiting for the call on what the flag is on the play. Remember, during the commercial breaks, you guys are free to type in the live chat. Holding offense. Not for the hit? That's crazy. I totally thought it would be for the hit. Like, he nailed him. Whatever. It's preseason. For the refs, too. It's like I said earlier in the other one. So these will both be available to watch on replay on the Exponential. So this is the Exponential. This is very the more professional one. This is very professional, mostly. So yeah, if you have the ability, type in the chat. Talk. Let's go. I'm here on commercial breaks. Otherwise, I'm commentating. 2nd and 11. There's 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Mike White's at quarterback at shotgun. White will fake the handoff, and White will go for the throw. He's got a man for a gain of 9 again. It's Hayden Rucci. Tight end Hayden Rucci. Hayden Rucci is in his rookie year out of Wisconsin. Interesting. I honestly never heard of this guy before. Will I sing the Dolphins song if they get a touch? No. I'm impartial, remember? Impartial. Mike White throws a screen. It was a bad screen, but it still goes. He's going to get off with it, and he'll make his way to the 30-yard line. That was Braylon Sanders. It's coming back. There was a holding. I'm almost certain. I'm almost certain there was a holding. No, I'm not singing the Dolphins touchdown song if they score a touchdown. Holding offense. There's 4:14 remaining on the clock. The holding was on Willie Snead the fourth, who was recently acquired by Miami. It'll be interesting to see what a veteran experience such as Snead can bring to the team. He's been around, to say the least. It is 3rd and long for my. Oh no, never mind. 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Mike White. White will take it. White launches deep. He's got a man at the 20. He's got him. Eric Ezukanma at the 14-yard line. 35 yards. He's got Eric Ezukanma inside the Washington red zone. It was a good throw by Mike White. Actually, probably one of the best I've seen from either backup quarterback in this preseason thus far. Very good throw. Put it right where it needed to be for Ezukanma. That was a Tua throw right there. Trying to get his defense in the game to try to halt this Dolphins drive right at the 20-yard line. There's a mouth guard on the field. Belongs to someone the refs are having to clean up. And the Dolphins will be charged a timeout for something. He might have just called timeout. And Mike McDaniel is talking to the referee very animatedly about what just happened. Maybe he was trying to get the timeout off a little faster than it did happen. So Mike McDaniel has now faced 2 brand new head coaches to open up the preseason. He took on Raheem Morris in week 1 of the preseason, where the Dolphins beat the Falcons in a nail-biter. I gotta say, close game. I mean, it wasn't a nail-biter because it was a preseason game, but it was close. It was a good game. It had a solid ending. And now this one he faces new coach Dan Quinn, new old coach Dan Quinn. And so, I mean, the new guy, he's not new anymore. They were talking at the beginning of the game. They don't really know each other that well. He might have been on his coaching staff in Atlanta. I know Mike McDaniel did coach in Atlanta, but I don't think it was under Dan Quinn. I think it was before Dan Quinn's time. But it's possible. It's possible. I don't really remember whether he was on that coaching staff. But they obviously have a very good Dan Quinn just picking him up very easily, not hard. And Dan Quinn's like twice his size. Mike McDaniel talking very animatedly with the refs and Dan Quinn before the game. All the hands he's going, this play is what we're going to use to beat you. He was just telling him all the preseason plays, and they're still not winning. He was that confident. I appreciate that. I still don't understand how Mike McDaniel wears a sweater in Miami. It's wild. It's wild. There's 3:13 remaining in the third quarter. The Dolphins have a 13-6 lead. After this play, Mike White is going to go play action, fooled the defensive end. He's so slow. He almost got chased down, but it just falls incomplete. 1 second. I'm going to move stuff around. Hello, we're back. My information sheet just died. It was an iPad and runs out of battery, so I'm a lot more in the dark, but I can use my Dolphins knowledge. And Mike White's going to get strip sacked. They're calling it a live ball. The Commanders jumped on it. It's Commanders football. Ugh, Mike White. Mike White. Why, Mike White? All right. Go Commanders, I guess. Woo, impartial. Yep, that's a fumble. Strip sack. Davis strips Mike White of the ball, and no Dolphins offensive linemen even come close to hopping on it. That's Commanders football. Now it's time for a commercial break. Again, type in the chat if you want to ask anything. I got nothing. I will like to say that I'm currently doing this live stream from Europe right now, so just I'm like getting respect from all of you because it is currently 3 a.m. here, and I have been up since like 10 a.m. I mean, I wake up late, but point being, I've been up a long time. It's late, and I'm still doing this. Thank you, me. Yeah. So I'm giving myself a round of applause for staying up for this and keeping my commitment. I said I was going to do it, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to keep on doing it because it's gone pretty well so far. I'm liking how it's going. A lot of views. That's a lot of subscribers. I haven't even made that many videos on the exponential. It's only been 2, and I already have 3 more than when I had our Squares Monday Morning Mayhem as the main channel. So I think it's been really big progress in general. I do wonder who keeps popping in and out, because they're not typing in the chat, but it's like every so often I'll just get 5. I'm like, who are these 5? They don't type in the chat. I only know who 4 people. Who's the 5th person? There's no one here anymore. You got bored of me. He's back. I saw it disappear as I started talking. Now I'm just wasting time in the commercial again. Type in the chat if you're interested in asking a question related to the Dolphins, the Commanders, the NFL, future plans of the channel. Why there's a bread commercial happening right now. There's a lot of mysteries. And the game is back finally. Oh, that was so long. The Commanders will take the ball away due to Davis. Never been a fan of earbuds, if I'm being honest, but I'm doing it for today. The Commanders got that strip sack, which ultimately is leading to their possession, which we'll see if they can capitalize on via a touchdown. Dan Quinn congratulating his defense for a job well done. And we'll see if they can finish the job. The Dolphins currently hold the lead 13-6, but after the strip sack, the Commanders might just push the game in their favor. A fumble on the Commanders' part of things on the bad snap exchange, but Wiley recovers it for the Commanders. It'll be 2nd and about 11. I think there was also a quarterback swap. I don't believe it's Driscoll anymore. I think the quarterback might have changed. Who is that? Who are you? It's number 3, but I don't. Oh, and number 3 goes down. And the Dolphins come away with a sack, putting them back for a loss of yards again. So the Fins defense is coming up big. It's Trace McSorley. Trace McSorley, his 9-game career at Baltimore featured 48 completions on 93 attempts for 502 pass yards and a dreadful 1-5 touchdown to interception ratio. McSorley will take the snap. They're giving McSorley some reps. You never know when he's going to see the field again. He throws a missed pass. It had some nice spin on it, but he missed the mark on that one. Not totally unexpected considering it's Trace McSorley, but I'm still expect the Commanders quarterbacks coach holds his standard higher than that. And 4th and 14, the Dolphins defense comes up with a much-needed stop after the strip sack of Mike White, which means Mike White's back, and the Dolphins have the ball on offense again. Honestly, if the game just ended now, the Dolphins would be fine. And it is a high punt, a good punt at that. It is taken in, and with some trickery, Malik Washington manages to get from the 25 to the 30. And so, with a minute 41 remaining in the third quarter, the Dolphins hold a 7-point lead as Mike White takes the field after a major defensive stand from Miami. The Commanders' schedule features some tough opponents, including the Cowboys and Eagles twice. They face the NFC South, which means they could have trouble against Atlanta and maybe New Orleans, but less so against Carolina, and they could have some trouble with Tampa Bay as well. And then they face Cincinnati and Baltimore along the line, and Pittsburgh and Cleveland. So I mean, it's not an easy schedule. They can beat some of those teams. It's not an easy schedule, but it's not the hardest schedule in the league. They've got some winnable games in there. Mike White makes a nice play, throws one, woof. And number 82 on the Dolphins, that would be Willie Snead, gets absolutely nailed, but it looks like he hurt the defender more than himself. He just takes one in the chest and just keeps running. He just lost his balance, otherwise he would have kept going. Willie Snead takes the hit to the shoulder and he just lost his footing. I don't even think the hit affected him. And the Commander player that he hit is currently down on the field. And they're tending to his shoulder that he tried to hit him with. So Willie Snead the fourth is a lot tougher than Reeves. So that happened. And the game will continue. Reeves walks it off with some shoulder pain. And a minute 19 remaining in the third quarter, Miami again leads by 7. They're checking him for a concussion currently. They're saying he's good. Yeah, he's clear. Willie Snead IV seems, the fourth seems relatively unfazed. Mike White. He's under a lot of pressure, throws one over the head of number 87. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Dolphins. $6:13 remaining in the game. Sorry, my mistake. The score is 6-15. It's Mike White has the ball. I am so tired. Mike White will take the snap from shotgun. It'll be a wide receiver. Backfield, White takes a shot. Oh, and tipped. Almost intercepted. He bounced off the top of his hands. And almost a great pass. It just does not work out for Sanders. Braylon Sanders. He's been kind of good today. He hasn't been terrible. He's made some nice catches. He made some nice plays. Keep it up in game 3. He might earn himself a spot on the starting roster. Play clock winding down. 3, 2, and Mike White gets the snap off. He throws a bullet and a great pass up the middle towards Ezukanma, who makes the catch and nails it to the Washington Commanders 32, and the Dolphins are driving right on into Commander territory for the second time in the Mike White era of the game. Mike White definitely has a better arm than Skylar Thompson so far. Honestly, I think he's winning. Skylar Thompson won game 1, but it's looking like Mike White might step it up in preseason game 2, and it might all come down to preseason game 3 after all. So White play action gets read perfectly. Again, need better offensive linemanship on that one. I mean, every time he takes a bootleg, there's just someone waiting for him. That pass goes nowhere. There was a small pass, chucked down basically, last option because of the guy in his face. And it goes for, I want to say 2, but it does not matter because it is the end of the third quarter. The Dolphins 13, the Commanders 6. Mike McDaniel pumped up for his team as the Dolphins are driving in Commanders territory heading into the fourth quarter. This live stream was then the third quarter, and the entire next of the fourth quarter is sponsored by the Carmona Law Firm, Estate Planning and Construction. Let our family help your family. I'm getting paid $10 for this. It's awesome. I love it. It happened during this. I didn't even know about it. Another soda commercial. In Game 3, the Dolphins keep it stateside and head a little bit west, and like not that far, like not like maybe like 7-hour drive. It's pretty far to Tampa Bay as the Dolphins take on the Bucs. Not entirely sure I'll be commentating on that one. This one's kind of like the rough test before the week 1. I'll do a host. I think I'll do like a show, like a live show next week and cover like some stuff, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Commentary wise, next week, it'll probably just be week 1 of the regular season. Then every week after that, hopefully. Welcome in, person who just joined. I don't know who you are, but I saw the number go up and I'm looking at the screen. Comment in the chat if you want to ask questions, say stuff. I'll answer while it's on commercial. So far, the score is 13-6 going into the fourth quarter. We've been going strong. We're going for 2.5 hours now. Probably a little more than 30 minutes left. I think it's done pretty well. Comment down below or in the live chat if you think I've been doing a good job going for this long. It's a full moon in Miami right now. Interesting. They're showing all the Commanders people at the stadium. How about some of this? Show some of this, would you? No Commanders. Nah, I mean honestly, we didn't really need this one to be a blowout. We already saw that happen last year. They're in Washington in a largely dominant Miami crowd, so it's only about time that Washington fans started showing up. Mike White has the ball at the Commanders' 30-yard line on a nice drive. Mike White will fake the handoff. He's under a lot of pressure. Didn't see him and almost gets the ball stripped from him again, but just settles for a sack. And Mike White's pocket presence has been horrible to watch so far in this game for Miami. He's just not looking where he's going. Like he's getting ready to throw, and all of a sudden there's someone right behind him. There was no blocking. The running back just did not pick up the blitz. He could have very well fumbled that ball. And so coming up this third down for Miami, instead of the 30, they're now more at the 35. 3rd and 9. John Ridgeway was the one who made that sack. Mike White all alone in shotgun. Commanders bring 4. White hits it's dropped. Good defense by the Commanders will force Jason Sanders onto the field for the Dolphins. Jason Sanders, the longtime Dolphin kicker, went 24 of 28 for 3 points last year. He wasn't particularly amazing, but he did enough to keep his job, and I'm pretty sure that's exactly the same he's going to do again this year. But he's been pretty solid in the preseason so far. He did miss a field goal, but it was from 58 yards. Unlike Riley Patterson of the Commanders, who's missed 2 kicks that have been under 50. But here comes Jason Sanders. I honestly don't remember how to calculate field goals right now. Oh my goodness. Jason Sanders absolutely shanked the field goal. Didn't even come close. Like, that's probably the worst kick I've ever seen him miss. Like, that was terrible. Like, that ball was like line drive to the right. Jason, you're a kicker. Okay, maybe we should be worried too. Now both of the teams playing in this game have kicker worries. That could have very well won the preseason game. Very easily won the preseason game. Again, type in the chat if you have anything. Don't forget to subscribe to R Square's Monday Morning Mayhem, the alternate channel. You can find it at the bottom of the exponential. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to this one. Turn your notifications on as well, so you get all the notifications on the different kinds of fun stuff that we do here. And remember our slogan, because I can't yet. It's long, but it's good. I know, I spent like 20 minutes on it. That's how I know it's good. 20 minutes is a long time. No, I was brainstorming it over the course of the summer. Um, yeah. So as I said in my other video, you can go check out. It's an actual video recording, probably one of my last on the exponential, and it will be. I said there's going to be some more diversity. There's going to be MLB. There's going to be NBA. There's going to be stuff. I'm not stopping during summer. That's all happening. My focus still remains primarily the NFL. But if there's ever a suggestion of a game you specifically want, like, oh, this game determines the entire playoff race of the MLB or the entire NBA history books could be ended here, then I'll commentate on that too. You just have to make sure to comment on any of my videos or any of my lives and say, I recommend you do this game. Coming up in the NFL season, there are quite a few tough decisions for me to make, such as week 1. So start thinking, people. I don't want to make the decision. I'm pushing it on you. If no one says, I guess I'll have to make a decision if no one says anything. But our options are the Sao Paulo game, the first ever Brazilian game between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. The other game is the NFL season opener between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. We can only pick one because I'm not doing it both days. So pick whichever one you'd like to see better, and we'll do it there. A high snap for the Commanders. They go on a screen and is easily stuffed for about a gain of 1. Oh, I talked for a long time without breathing. So the new Commanders quarterback in the game is they're zoomed out for an interview right now, so I can't really see the number, but I'm sure. I think it's probably the same guy. Terrible over the head pass of the tight end, almost picked off by Miami. It's incomplete. It's Trace McSorley still. Again, they have 2 more quarterbacks that they still haven't cycled through. They've played Daniels. They've played McSorley. They played what's his face? Driscoll. I know him better in Cincinnati when he played for the Bengals. I don't know why, but I remember him playing for the Bengals. Oh, and meanwhile, the pocket collapses on McSorley, and the Dolphins pick up another sack on him, bringing up 4th down and forcing the Commanders to punt again. There's about 13 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Commanders have all their timeouts. The Dolphins only have 2. The Dolphins lead by 7. A touchdown very easily puts the Dolphins over the mile marker, which will send them on their way to a week 2 victory. And I will be happy. And if they lose, then I'll still be happy because I've had a blast doing this today. The punt return, it's a good return, but tripped up at about the 25. It got about 10 yards. It was recovered at the 15, and then fielded all the way to the 25. Also, tell me if I talk too fast. Really, if you have the ability, if I'm talking at 100 miles per hour. It's because I'm trying to get stuff in. You just type it in the chat, say slow down, and I'll probably slow down. They're doing a plugin, so I'm going to do a plugin. Don't forget to subscribe to our alternate channel, which you'll find down below on the Exponential channel. It's called R-Scores Monday Morning Mayhem. Subscribe to that. No videos are out yet, but I assure you there will be very soon. On that one, you'll see more for fun stuff featuring me, your host, R-Squared. And then, of course, subscribe to the Exponential, where you'll find your fun lives, dazzling commentaries, and fantastic hosts, and fantastic shows, and live shows, and stuff you guys can ask questions on, etc., etc. It's going to be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, and make sure you turn those notifications on for both of those so you don't miss a single fun thing we do on this channel. No, I don't wear a Dolphins jersey every time I go on. It's only because the Dolphins are playing. I'll try to stick to the color combo of whatever team I'm rooting for, though. So, for instance, I'm wearing red shorts with this aqua jersey, but for one, because it matched with what I was wearing before I put on the jersey. But, but 2 is because it's maroon. It's the Commanders. It's right. I got the combo. I have the full game going. But if we go to Sao Paulo, well, not go, but if you ask us, they'll ask me to commentate on the game, then I'll do the Packers. I'll wear green, basically, green and black. green. I'll be like, the green's the Packers, the black's the Eagles, and put them together, they're still the Eagles. But if we do like Kansas City and Baltimore, I'll wear red and black or something like that. Or red and purple. I have red and purple. I could do that. So I'll like kind of combine those. So it'll be fun. So that's just what's to come. They're still plugging their stuff. I don't have merch, but I don't have merch. But you can check out the Carmona Law Firm for estate planning and construction, and let your family help your family. It really feels like it needs like a ba-da-ba-ba-ba, like McDonald's or something, or Burger King. I don't know. But that's today's sponsor. It's a good sponsor. And so the Dolphins will have the ball yet again with 12:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Dolphins lead by 7, which means we'll get a chance to see Mike White again. Mike White has been largely unsuccessful, but has led the Dolphins to multiple trips within Commander's territory. I don't know who 42 is, but he's very slow. Like very, very slow. I'm leaning back. Can you still hear me? Yes. But there's an injured commander on the play. That does not look good. There's 2 injured commanders on the play. One of them's limping off and one of them's down. Dan Quinn has a look of concern on his face, so potentially worth being worried about. Can't tell who it is, though. It's number 56. Again, I don't have my stat sheet with me, so I can't exactly tell who 56 is right now. But I'm Googling it. It's Jalen Harris. Linebacker Jalen Harris is down on the play. Oh. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on this year on both channels. So yeah, definitely make sure you subscribe to both. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. So we're going to keep doing these commentaries. Perhaps more like it's going to look better. Like it's not going to be a blank wall back here. Again, it's going to be more decorative. It's going to be cooler. It's going to be cooler. I'm going to have a nice professional microphone if we can get it in time for week 1. If we can't, then it'll be there for week 2, definitely. So yeah, it's going to be much more professional. This one was kind of like a test run, just making sure stuff works. It wasn't a perfect test run. Like obviously we had the technical difficulties, which ended the first stream and had to start this one right after halftime, making us miss an entire drive. But obviously we work through that. We go through that. It's one of the big things here on the Exponential. We fight through anything that happens to bring sports, because sports is important. Sports goes through walls. There's other stuff that goes through walls, but sports can really bring people together, and that's what's really great about sports. So I brought a few people together to help me set it back up so that I could bring you guys together to watch the content. And I'm so happy with how well it's doing. I really am. So I hope you guys keep watching. This will be like a constant thing. This is not like a one and done. He's doing this for fun. Like, no, I'm going to be here every week. But let's get back to the commentating. The Dolphins have the ball at the 25-yard line. It's Mike White in shotgun. White takes the snap. Steps back, blitzing, coming from Washington, and down goes White. The Dolphins' offensive line has been largely disappointing today. I'm going to say they've been largely disappointing. I have not seen enough from the Dolphins' offensive line that would make me want to think that any of these guys could be a starter. But I mean, also Tua releases in 0.7 seconds, so we don't really need him per se, like them to be good in the preseason, but it's more helpful. I mean, I don't believe it's our starting offensive line, but it's very worrying if it is. A screen pass to Ezukanma, a nice speed on Ezukanma, but he can't get to the first down, which will bring up fourth down for Miami. And the Dolphins will punt away to the Commanders. So this is the exact stuff that happens behind the scene in the commentators unit. Every time they take a breath, they take a sip of water. They have a statistics sheet next to them. Mine died, so we're gonna have to find a way to keep that one alive down the stretch. But a nice punt by Jake Bailey sends it to the opposing 30, and that ball goes out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, which is where the Commanders will start their next drive. But of course they have headsets. I'm gonna have like more of a podcast microphone, just because I don't plan on like moving around in a swivel chair, and I'm not actually like looking over stuff to look at the game. I'm just gonna have the TV in the same space as it always is. So, yeah. So it's gonna be fun this year. I'm looking forward to spending more and more time with all of you here on the Exponential, and of course on the other channel, our Monday Morning Mayhem. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Subscribe to this one. Notifications. Ding. Ding! Do that. I know I'm saying it a lot, but say it so it sticks. If you haven't done it yet, do it now. The Commanders take the snap. It's still McSorley. He gives the ball off to number 10, and that ball goes nowhere. It looks like it'll just be 2nd and 10. I've been like sitting up for like 3 hours. My back. I feel like an old man. I mean, like, obviously, like, this is not like an ultra professional thing. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't be saying anything and I would be sending you to commercial break down on the field, stuff like that. But I'm having fun. We're having fun here. We do good. McSorley drops back to pass. He throws a deep one. He's got a man. It's dropped. That could have been pass interference. And Bryant wanted one. And there is a flag. I think they could have called that. It looked a little handsy by Colbert. We'll see what the call is. I completely forgot what I was saying. I'm tired, so. Again, y'all, it's like almost 4 a.m. in Europe, which is where we are right now, so. Ew. It's illegal contact on the Dolphins on Patrick McMorris. It took me a while to figure out what. I don't remember what that means, but I do remember now. It comes back. Like, obviously, once I get to know the players from the regular season a little better, the commentaries will slowly get better and better. And hopefully I'll be able to be more focused on the game than today. And they'll hand the ball off to number 30. Number 10. Sorry, it's Allen. It's KJ Allen. I got it. KJ Allen for a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up for the Commanders. I don't know. No, honestly, I have a lot of space to fill on this. These guys up here, it's been going on for like 4 hours. Well, not really. Oh, there's a Dolphin down on the play, number 57. Mike McDaniel goes to check him out. He is getting up, it appears. Not seeing anything. They're showing like nothing useful. But like I've been filling space for a while, which is like why I'm talking about what we're doing in the future and blah blah blah. Otherwise I wouldn't do that. Like if I had commercials, I would just send it down to commercial break, or send it down on the field to blah blah blah. And I probably also wouldn't go out of character. Like right now, it's not my commentating voice; it's my relatively standard voice, which is deep. I know. Oh, and there's a fumble on the play. The Dolphins recover it. It was a small run up the middle, and the ball is just stripped right out of the Commanders' running back's hands, and Patrick McMorris recovers it. It's Dolphins football. And oh man, they like handed the ball off, and that ball was out. It was McMorris. It wasn't McMorris who forced it. It was a fumble. That was, in fact, a fumble. I can't quote. It was number 34 who made the play on Miami. I can't see his name quite, and I don't have my stats sheet with me. Number 34 forced the fumble, and Patrick McMorris jumps on it. So the Dolphins retake possession with 9:50 remaining in the entire game, up by 7. All right, Miami, let's go. No, but like my real commentating voice is somewhere along the lines of this. Like I can go like this for a while. It's not very difficult to keep this one up. So I go Tua Tagovailoa passes 20 yards to the 30-yard line to Tyreek Hill. Meanwhile, right now I'm kind of more standard. Mike White will drop back to pass, and that'll fall incomplete through some contact. Eric Ezukanma wasn't looking. It's a bit more standard because this is again kind of a test run, not really like a real one, but more of a test run. 9:45 remaining in the entire game. Mike White is all alone in the backfield. White will take the snap, and he's going to throw deep, overthrows Ezukanma, who's been his favorite target tonight. A good defense by the Commander. The Commander's defender wants a face mask, but they're not going to give it to him on that one. Again, if you're here and watching, you might want to subscribe, first of all, but you don't realize how much it means to rack up those likes. So if you can, hit that like button. It helps a lot. Hit the like button. Just like this, like very simple. It's just a little button at the top, looks like this. That's the button you need to press. Mike White, all alone in the backfield, drops back, throws one deep, overthrows the defender, and, well, I'm not sure what happened there. There appears to be an injured Dolphin. It looks like he might have tripped over himself. There's a penalty on Miami, but number 86 is limping off the field right now, and I'm not quite sure what happened. It's 4th and 10 now for Miami, which will force yet another punt for the Dolphins, which will lead yet again to the possession of the Commanders. So maybe Mike White didn't win the quarterback competition. It was looking good because of how bad Skylar Thompson was, but Mike White's errors have been bigger than Thompson's have. So Jake Bailey will punt it away. And that punt will head towards the left of the field. And will be fielded and fair caught at the 5-yard line. So the Dolphins hold a 13-6 lead with 9:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. Cliff Kingsbury, coming from an Arizona team a couple of years ago that was less than successful, is now calling the offensive plays in Washington. Perhaps not the best quarterback, not the best head coach or offensive coordinator to coach up a new quarterback after his failure with Kyler Murray, but it was a risk, and it was an interesting take. Number 2 is in the game for the Commanders now. A quick throw gets the ball to the 17-yard line. A quick throw and a great completion to number 84. If he would turn his back, I would tell you his name. Again, I don't have my spreadsheet, so I can't really see any of the stuff. It's Davis on the reception. And the quarterback in the game now is no longer the same guy, I don't think. and they'll hand the ball off to the left, and he is taken down without a gain of anything, but there is laundry on the field. And it's going to be against Washington. It'll be holding on the Commanders, which will push them back 5 yards. 10 yards. 10 yards. It was on Daniels, number 77, not the quarterback, the offensive lineman Daniels, which will bring up 1st and 20 for the Commanders, which will basically set them right back where they were before their big play. Commanders are in huddle. Coming in at the 9-yard line with 8:42 remaining in the game. I still can't quite figure out who number 2 is. It might still be Miss McSorley and it's number 3, and I'm just reading wrong because it's far. But that is a completed pass to the tight end. I don't know who the tight end was. I'm really missing my spreadsheet. But that was a nice completed pass. It'll get them 8 yards. Turn your head. It is still McSorley. Okay. The numbers are just kind of far. Trace McSorley will play action. He's under a bit of pressure. He throws a deep one, has his man, and they're saying he's inbounds for a deep throw, which will get them the 1st down and more. A deep throw. He gets out of bounds to keep the Commanders in this game with 8 minutes remaining. It was to Rosemy Jacksaint. Rosemy-Jacksaint. I've seen some weird names today. No Storm Duck yet, though. And they'll hand it off to the running back, who is immediately wrapped up by number 43 for the Dolphins. Jones was the running back for the Commanders. It's late. It's late, but I'm still going strong. Let's do this. Let's finish the game. Only 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. McSorley drops back under a lot of pressure. Ball falls short, basically spiked into the floor. He was hit as he threw. Could have actually been a fumble, but the ball rolled out of bounds before any action was made towards it. I'm just trying to clear my eyes so I can see the TV better. Man. Again, it's late. It is about 4 a.m. here in Europe.